Friends, this video will give you a joystick in your hand like a pilot of the aircraft. It is like a pilot who navigates, maneuvers the plane. You too will get a joystick or some button to navigate and maneuvers your body to steer clear from all health issues like diabetes, autoimmune disorders, blood pressure, OCDs, anxiety, depression, seemingly incurable diseases. You need to see this video till the end, and if you miss, you will miss the biggest secret of healing your life. It is going to be a life-changing knowledge which effortlessly you can apply in your life and bring your body to an equilibrium state known as homeostatic state, where your cells start producing right kind of proteins, which is the building block of our body, and right biochemical reactions. Friends, our body gets negative triggers and stimuli from basically three sources. It is what kind of food we are eating, that also gives a trigger for good or for bad. What kind of thoughts we are generating from the external and internal environment, and our physical environment like air, water, pollution, etc. These stimuli are triggers in either of the forms, either it is positive or negative, leads to production of hormones. If it is negative stimuli, it generates negative proteins, bad proteins. And finally, this leads to the disturbance in the environment of the cells. And when the environment of the cells is disturbed, it starts producing diseased proteins and biochemical reactions commensurate with the negative environment created. Friends, cells has a capacity to protect us as well as its own environment. It is only when these are constantly being bombarded by bad environment due to any of the three reasons stated, it affects tissues, organs, systems of the body, and if it persists for a longer period of time, then it manifests in the form of diseases. Friends, the largest organs of the body which is badly affected is our gut system, the digestive and excretory system. The disturbance at the cells level and production of diseased proteins affects gut health. Our gut houses 100 trillion good bacteria called intraepithelial lymphocytes. It not only protects your immune systems and strengthens it, but produces more than 80% of the good hormones like serotonin, oxytocin, melatonin, endorphins, etc. Along with the disturbance in the cells, the disturbance in the gut adds fuel to the fire and leads to various psychosomatic disorders, autoimmune disorders, diabetes, BP, anxiety, depression, OCD, cancer, and other so-called mind-body diseases. Friends, before raising the curtain on the Brahmastra of triggering your own healing button or the joystick of your supersonic jet of your health, let me remind you that I am Ramesh Kumar, Wellness and Life and NLP coach. I have the mind-body techniques based on modern psychology, NLP, quantum and divine healing to heal all your psychosomatic health issues. I have given links for 3 courses to heal your from anxiety, depression and cancer. Any person suffering from anxiety, depression and cancer can click on these links and join these courses. Do not forget to subscribe my channel too. So friends, now it's a time for Brahmastra of triggering your own healing button or the joystick of your supersonic jet of your health. Is basically this Brahmastra is nothing but autophagy or your healing button. Before taking control of this button or joystick in your hand, let us understand the scientific theory and facts about autophagy, your healing system, your own natural healing system. Friends, we know that in the Indian subcontinent, fasting has been and is a part and parcel of the society. The fasting on Navaratri is an age-old tradition and still continues. From northernmost part of the country to the southernmost tip, and from western part of India to northern east frontiers of India, fasting is kept by men and women alike. And even children on different festive occasions and as part also keeps this fasting, and fasting is also a part of the meditative regime. You see, fasting on Monday or Tuesday or Friday or some other day is almost a regular tradition in India, being followed by many people throughout India. The fasting on Karva Chauth for long life of their husband, or Chhat Puja by the ladies for the long life of their son, is another festival where fasts are observed. The festivals and religious rituals like marriages also call for the fasting. It is said that Jain Tirthankars, Mahavir Jain, used to keep fast for months together. The culture of having fasting is prevalent in almost all the culture and religious tradition throughout the world. The fastings by Muslims during Ramzan is well known, in which invariably most of the people of Islamic community are on fasting during the whole month, in which the food is only taken before the rise of the sun and after the sunset, which almost gives a gap of minimum 15 to 16 hours a day between two meals. The whole day they are without food and water. It is said that in ancient days in the Arabian Peninsula, battles were fought between kings or tribal chieftains. Prophet Muhammad might have been a very great visionary and leader, besides being a prophet who understood the importance of fasting and included it in the Islamic traditions, and might have observed that soldiers and his followers had to fight the whole day and have to be kept without food and water during different months of the years. The fasting about a month in the Ramzan month gave the soldiers or common men strength enough to withstand battles even without food and water in the daytime, or at the same time keeping them fit and healthy. Observing Ramzan every year in different months gave people agility and flexibility to withstand various weather conditions and maybe the shortage of food and water, especially in the Arabian Peninsula. Concept of autophagy. What is the concept actually? The concept of autophagy was propounded by Yoshinori Ohosumi. He was a professor from Japanese Institute of Technology and he was awarded the Nobel Prize in 2016 for his discovery of autophagy. Autophagy is basically a Greek word and literally means eating itself. This is a process wherein the self eats or devours the diseased and damaged cells itself. This process is important for the repair and formation of the new cells, and especially becomes very important during the starvation or fasting or controlled dieting. During the research, he found that if a person is without meals for more than 15-16 hours, or for that matter he is on fasting more than 14-15 hours, the body gets its energy from the dead cells or disease cells, and the body mechanism works as normal. The normal and the healthy cells of the body devour, eats the unhealthy cells or dead cells or damaged cells, and the body function quite normally. Autophagy is quite a natural mechanism. It can either destroy the unhealthy and damaged cells completely or recycle them into useful materials for cells repair. This also gets triggered up during the fasting or gap of 15-16 hours between the meals. It was further researched upon by a Belgian scientist, and he found out a major part or sometimes its constituent cells are found in lysosomes, in which cells eats away the damaged or diseased or dead portions and keeps the body healthy. The Belgian scientist also got the Nobel Prize for his discovery of lysosomes. Yoshinori Ohosomi, the professor from Japanese Institute of Technology, did his research on yeast and found that such processes and happenings go on in human beings naturally. In short, the fasting or skipping meals or for some controlled time may result in the autophagy, but those trying for it must consult doctors about their health condition before trying for fasting or skipping meals for some limited time. But there is no doubt that body has a mechanism wherein autophagy goes on continuously and may get accelerated during 15 to 16 hours or more of fasting. But in any case, the informed decision may be taken up while taking this accelerated process. Autophagy is natural cellular mechanism wherein the process cleans up the harmful materials inside the cells and rejuvenates them. Autophagy may completely destroy damaged cells or recycle them into useful materials for cellular repair. During stress or starvation, autophagy may use the recycled materials for energy or alternate source of energy and helps us to survive. It also helps the immune system by cleaning up the toxins and infectious agents. Autophagy is basically a process which actually balances the cell making and breaking process. It maintains the cell homeostasis by having a balanced process of making and breaking. If it is analyzed at cellular level, it is a part of the metabolic process that converts food into a form of energy that actually helps the cells to grow and divide. Metabolism at cellular level can be seen as two types of opposing activities: anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism is the process that is helpful for synthesis of molecules and builds up the cells and its structures. It is the creation and building up of cellular structure. Catabolism is a metabolic process responsible for breaking down cells. Autophagy is a catabolic process. That must be understood very, very clearly. I once again repeat, autophagy is a catabolic process where the basically cells are broken down. Human cell consists of nucleus surrounded by semi-fluid substance called cytoplasm and is contained in the cellular membrane. Cytoplasm consists of solution called cytosol, protein molecules and organelles. All of these are essential for the survival and functioning of the cells. In the autophagy, semicircular membrane known as phagophore forms and encloses some of the molecules and organelles in the cytoplasm and becomes what is known as autophagosome. The autophagosome gets fused with the organelles known as lysosomes. The lysosomes have digestive enzymes and it breaks down the content of the autophagosome. Resultant molecules are again released back into the cytosol, which is available for recycling and for use in the metabolic process. So friends, it must be known that autophagy is a process which actually balances the cell making and breaking. It maintains cell homeostasis by having balanced process of making and breaking. Autophagy is a process which is occurring all the time. Under normal conditions, what happens? When the cell is well nourished or have sufficient nutrients, autophagy degrades the damaged components. However, during fasting, the cells are starved. Autophagy helps digest some of the cell components to provide necessary energy for the survival. During fasting, sugar level drops, glycogen stored in the liver is converted into glucose and is released. Even after the stored glycogen is dropped, the fats in the liver is converted into ketones to provide energy. This process is called ketosis. Once again, I'll repeat, the process is called the ketosis. Intermittent fasting, calories restriction, and ketosis can trigger autophagy. Thus, autophagy is the way of the body to cleanse our damaged cells and regenerate newer healthy cells. It is an evolutionary process of self-preservation mechanism through which body can remove the dysfunctional cells and recycle them towards repair and cleaning. It is a natural way of anti-aging process. I'll repeat, it is a natural way of anti-aging process and can turn back the clock by creating younger cells. Cells work more efficiently when subjected to stress or starvation or calorie restriction for some hours may trigger cells cleaning process or recycle any of the damaged cells or damaged parts. Friends, exercise is another way of putting body cell to stress and can trigger autophagy, especially in the human skeleton system. Taking curcumin, naturally occurring substance in turmeric, can trigger autophagy. It can protect against diabetic cardiomyopathy, which is a disorder of the heart muscles, normally affecting people with diabetes. Curcumin also induces fight against cognitive impairment because of the chemotherapy by inducing autophagy in certain parts of the brain. Best way to fast is the overnight fast of about 15 to 16 hours, starting from anywhere between 7 to 8 p.m. in the previous night to the 10 to 11 a.m. in the morning the next day, and will regularly induce some sort of autophagy in the night. In this type of fasting, we can have a good number of meals also in a day and have the fasting period of 15 to 16 hours during the night and some portion of the morning. It will lead to triggering of the autophagy as well as sufficient nutrition for the day. This seems to be the safest way of, or a sort of safe fasting without compromising on your health and nutrition. It will also lead to good rest in the night without much stress on your digestive system and your gut system. There is use of half spoon of turmeric powder in a glass of warm water can very well trigger the autophagy. Another thing I told is exercise or walking or playing sports, dancing, etc. can also trigger some sort of autophagy in our body. Now let us understand what are the main benefits we can draw out of fasting or intermittent fasting of 15 to 16 hours a day, like night fasting I have told. That means eating your dinner at about 7-8 p.m. then eating nothing till 11-12 o'clock next day, except simple water or tea or coffee without sugar or milk, or maybe some few fruits you can have, will trigger many health benefits which are enumerated like this. First benefit is that it maintains blood sugar level steady to acceptable limits. and reduce the insulin resistance and also prevent spikes and dips in sugar levels. The fasting may trigger decrease in several of the inflammatory conditions and may be helpful in treating inflammatory conditions such as multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, the chronic inflammatory conditions, type 1 diabetes, cancer, autoimmune disorders, etc. Fasting has been associated with a lower risk of coronary heart disease and may lower the blood pressure and triglycerides and cholesterol issues. Fasting may also result in improved brain function, increased nerve cell synthesis, and protect against the neurodegenerative conditions such as Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease. Could aid in weight loss by limiting calories intake and boost metabolism and help preserve the muscles tissues to reduce weight and body fat. May increase growth hormone secretion, which is vital for growth, metabolism, weight loss, and muscle strength. Fasting definitely delays aging and promotes longevity and youthfulness. It aids in cancer prevention and increases the effectiveness of treatment. Now I conclude by saying that this Brahmastra is your autophagy, your natural healing mechanism for which you need to give minimum 15 to 16 hours daily to trigger the auto cleansing process of cleaning garbage from cells, from gut and from your whole body. It is the secret key to health, longevity, happiness and blissful, and it is a protection from lot of health issues which I have explained earlier. Enjoy your health at supersonic jet speed. Thank you so much. Once again, a reminder that please subscribe this channel for such beautiful videos which I will be posting for your great health, longevity, happiness and energy. Thank you so much.